Wake up and let's go to the Mindless Morning Show.
Welcome, everyone, to the Mindless Morning Show. I'm here with my co-host, as always, Dakota, and a super special guest, welcoming back Matt Wagner, a.k.a. MNERVA, without the I. How you doing today, man?
What up, everybody? How we doing? How we feeling?
I hope our listeners remember that the epic performance that you had put on for us and our listeners and your fans, and it was a great turnout, in my opinion. I mean, especially since that was like the first like live performance thing I ever like set up. I was like, all right, I was really sweating it, but I think it came out good.
Honestly, I was like, that's the most fun show, like live stream thing I played in a very long time. I was like, that was so dope. And seriously, thanks you guys so much for having me back.
Yeah, that means a lot because you were on like Tuned In like maybe 2 or 3 days prior, and I was like, damn, that looks really good.
A really good level of comfort with you guys, which was like, you know, that one I was like, oh my God, I'm stressed. And this is like, all right, cool. Well, I can just have fun. It's great.
Well, you got to be killing it now, man. I've seen you doing quite a bit of live shows since then.
You know, it's funny. It went from I couldn't book a show to save my life to, oh my God, I have a show every 2 weeks until like Thanksgiving, which is a great problem to have. I've been very, very thankful about it. I got the big shows coming up next. I like to say all the last ones I was doing in Nashville were kind of like the warm up, like get the band ready kind of shows. And so I'm playing this really, really well-known venue called The Ends for my EP release show on the 17th, which I'm really excited about. And then I play this one hotel called The Analog. It's with this company called like Breaking Sound. I'm playing that on the 29th. And yeah, so both those are, I'm like, all right, cool. Guys, all this work that we've been doing, it's for these. We got to make sure these are perfect.
That's awesome,
for sure.
Yeah, get to put together band and everything. It's been a dream come true for me. So it's been really fun.
Nice.
Well, I mean, well deserved, man. Like you're definitely on your route to moving on up, and definitely shitting on the people. You know, what was it, 21 Pilots that put that cease and desist order? Yeah, they'll be crawling back. Please do the musical.
Well, you know, man, I still got that letter like hanging right next to me as always. Every time I'm feeling down myself, I'm just like, Matt, you did that.
Yeah,
you did that.
you did.
There you go. Yeah, man. How has everything been since then? Since the last.
It's definitely been good. I've been honestly just very overwhelmed. Like I'm very lucky to say I'm developing a great team, like, you know, for live shows, and like, you know, got some people helping me with like Spotify stuff and music videos and everything else. But it's like, I mean, my God, I was 10 minutes late to this call because I have no concept of my calendar anymore. And it's just, that is very much how it's going. And again, it's a good problem to have. It's better to have too many things going on than like not enough, but just everything costs money, which is like, you know, especially in this career, it's a no brainer, but it's like just, my life is slaving away at my day job. So, you know, make enough money to pay for the next thing. But I'm actually excited to say that, although my debut EP, Talk Too Much, is coming out, I just finished tracking my next one after that. So it's like, you know, things are just moving, and feels good to have another one in the chamber.
That's really cool for you, man.
That's great.
Hey, if you need a lighting guy, you can hook him up with Casey if you ever go to Colorado.
There you go.
Yo, actually, like my best friend like just moved to Colorado, and I really want to visit. I would love that.
Yeah, Colorado's a fun place. That's where I was before here. So
okay, and where's here now?
Kansas. Yeah.
Cool.
So
you talking like Kansas City? Like where you at?
Pretty close. I'm in Shawnee, so like we're like 30 minutes away from Kansas City. So not too far.
Pop artist I used to play for lived in Oberlin Park, so I know that area.
Yeah. I'm close to Oberlin Park, so cool. Yeah. That's awesome.
Driving from Nashville to Kansas is pulling teeth, but it's fine.
Yeah, I was saying whenever you have a show up here, man, let me know. I'll definitely be there.
Definitely will, man. Definitely will.
Awesome.
Gotta conquer Nashville first, but after that.
Yeah.
There you go. Conquering Nashville. So you got your new album coming out on the 15th. So that's something for everybody to be excited about, and definitely worth the excitement because, I mean, you've released, I think, a majority of the album already in singles, but the two that they haven't listened to yet, unless they watch the live show. That's good stuff.
Thank you, man. Yeah, no, right now I've released there's 6 songs on the record. It's five completely new songs, and then an overture actually because of my theater background. So especially as a hip hop artist, I had a lot of fun. Like, all right, cool. Well, I got very few notes on this project, so let's just all right, this rhythm here, this rhythm here. Okay, how can we tell a cohesive story, like, in everything, and then like it perfectly feeds into Quarter Life Crisis, which was the debut song, and it's very really just fun to like have all these songs. A lot of them have a very old old life cycle to them. Like some of these songs from like as old as 2016. So finally having them like reach this apex and like, all right, these are about to exist, and these are the final versions, and I'm proud of it. It's like that is just a wild thing. Like right before this call, I was like hitting up people online and texting people like, hey guys, pre-save my new project. And it's like, oh my God, I can say that. It's my debut EP. It's coming out. Holy crap.
Yeah, that's
an accomplishment.
Yeah, it's for real. That must be a really good feeling.
It's, again, been a very long time coming. And I don't know. I always, it's really hard not to compare yourself to other people, obviously. And like, oh, well, this person got out so much faster. This person was like, already like, I got a buddy of mine. He's about to be on a James Corden next week, actually. I think tomorrow, actually. And I'm like, nice. I mean, I remember when he was like, playing bars with me, like, and like when we were like 19, and it's like, oh my God, I'm ridiculously proud of him. I think that's incredible. And it's like, hey, that's cool. Everyone's got their own like steps and their own journeys though. And it's like, hey, I believe you just keep working, put a stone on the wall every day. Eventually, like, it's going to happen. So.
Well, I'm definitely excited to hear all the stuff that you're coming out with. I was going to say, it's been a while for me. Like I listen to a lot of music, but it's been a while where I've listened to like one person and every song they release, I'm like jamming to and like feeling. I think Kid Cudi was probably the last one for me when I was younger that I would like listen to every song. So, so now I'm like, anytime one of your song comes out, I listen to it and I'm like, yeah, put it on my playlist, and Josh hears it every day.
I'm not gonna lie, being Fortnite music, I'm very okay with. I think that fits pretty well.
Yeah. It's like I put the playlist on anytime I'm just like sitting here doing anything, driving to work. So I'm like listening to it all the time, man, and it comes on all the time. I question him every time. Dude, I have like 300 songs. Even when I put it on random, it'll pop up when Josh is in there, and I'm like, dude, I swear to you, it just popped up. Like it knows.
I was like, dude, you can admit it. You're just playing him. That's okay.
Yeah, as soon as Josh joins the party, I'm like, MNERVA, here we go.
So I gotta ask then, from the songs I've put out so far, is there their favorite off the EP between Talk Too Much, I'm Not You, and Quarter Life?
I liked Quarter Life a lot when it came out. I was just jamming a lot to I'm Not You and Talk Too Much today. And I mean, I don't think I could pick one. I like all of them. I really like in Talk Too Much though, where you stop and are like, just wait until I talk about anime. So I was gonna say, like, when are you coming out with like just a straight full-fledged anime like song?
Oh, don't
going at it.
I literally just cried over Kurama dying and like Boruto tonight. Like I don't tempt me.
I feel like there'd be a lot of people out there that would appreciate something like that. I know I would. I think it'd be sick.
It's funny. I have a straight like just Star Wars song that I wrote a very long time ago called Palpatine. And so like I am very here for
nice.
Taking one fandom and just diving in.
Yeah, I think that's the other thing that I like about all of your songs the most is that there's always just a little bit of that like nerdy kind of geek stuff in there that just like, I don't know, I always hear it and I'm always just like, hey, nice, yeah. Like it's just, it's nice. It's a good thing.
I remember his song Geek?
Well, yeah, obviously.
I had a YouTube commenter one time, like way back, it would have been like on my geek music video I put out like a year ago or something like that. And he was like, I've listened to the song like 30 times. And I just caught the Vibe reference, like how Vibe in The Flash is Sister Moon. And I just remember being like, oh, yes, people finally get this. I'm so happy. and yeah, I don't know. I think being true to who you are with this kind of stuff is, essential. And I'm not this like super hard rapper. And I never planned to be. And like,
But it's sick to hear like you spit that fast and go with that hard flow, but like hear all of the stuff you're rapping about that's thrown in there like that is cool.
Yeah,
it's different. It's different and it's I don't know, I like it.
That's a fun story with that one little interlude too. Like that was not planned whatsoever. I was in the booth and my guy was like, my producer Andrew Gomez was like, hey, do you want to say something over this? I'm like, I mean, just hit play and we'll do it. So we did like 4 takes. It was just not happening. And then I just said something about like, I mean, you should hear me talk about like anime. And then afterwards I started laughing. He cut it off obviously in the recording. I started laughing. He's like, that's it. I'm not letting you have any more. That's the take. Like,
that's the one.
No, is that the fuck?
Dude, I was listening to it in my car on break today, and it got to that part and said that's what it made me think about. I was like, but he could probably go off and spit like some hard animation right there. And that was like, it's like that'd be fire.
That's true.
Man, I write lyrics in the shower a lot, and I just finished like Konosuba a second ago, like the anime, and I was over here like thinking about like Konosuba bars, and I'm like, this is so niche. No one would appreciate this, but I'm really enjoying this.
Somebody would. Oh, somebody.
A lot of people would. Anime is big.
Anime is
a lot
huge.
bigger than I think of most of the time too.
It will always be like that thing that like isn't mainstream because again, I've been into it since like 10 years old, and the fact that it's becoming like every Spotify playlist now has like some Naruto icon. You know what I mean? I'm just like. When did this happen? Like, I'm not complaining when.
One thing I noticed
for real.
Anime is like international, global, like it because majority of it's dubbed, and for the most part, I think a lot of them are dubbed in many native languages, but most people are getting used to just like reading subtitles as watching while they watch, and I think it's really taking off for a lot of the people, just everywhere. Because I can't say I've actually gotten into anime yet still myself, but
bro, what if you released like a anime music video for your songs that was like just a straight anime thing but had to do with all like your song? Dude, that'd be pretty sick.
Oh buddy, I would trust me. It's so expensive.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It would cost a lot of money. But
I remember my initial concept of the Geek video was to completely animate it, and then I was like, all right, I don't have that money.
Well,
later on.
You could do something like the one artist I remember from middle school, Demon Lemon. I think he just used like paint and like stop motion type. And I mean,
like the Lego stop motion.
Regardless, it was good, dude.
Hey, that's point cross. Actually, speaking of music videos, I think you guys will appreciate this. So for Talk Too Much, so far I've only released the Quarter Life Crisis music video. It's on my YouTube channel. Actually, I can't say it's on my YouTube channel anymore. I just got rid of it because I just found a connection to release it through Vivo. So I'm working on that right now.
Nice.
So the re-release will be very soon. But the reason I mention that is because for all the singles, I actually am almost done with doing videos for all of them. And it's going to be this cohesive, like starts with Quarter Life, goes into Talk Too Much, goes into I'm Not You, goes into The Interview, which will be the last single off the record that will drop when the record comes. And it's going to tell like a cohesive story throughout the entire, like all 4 videos. And so that's been the big creative thing I've been doing since, the record's been done. And it's been really cool to like have to think about like, all right, cool. So this video is going to end right here. I go start right here and end right here. So if it ends right here, then I have to find a way to start it at the exact same spot and then tell a different story. And it's been really fun to weave.
Nice.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that. I did notice that you have these burglar people. I don't know what else to refer to them as other than burglar people because
Robbers?
They got the ski mask on and they're not like robbing them. I mean, they're just from Stuck and then Quarter Life Crisis. They're basically just like these blockades. So are those supposed to resemble like your obstacles in life, or how is that?
I see them as my the obstacles, things hold me back in life, and just more just general mental health and inner demon stuff, like personified. Like also, it's kind of a what's the word for it? It's kind of a harkening back to 21 Pilots as well, because they always do the ski mask thing, because I do have that history with them with the musical and everything. So it's not a diss. That's the wrong word. It's more of like, hey, this is where I come from, and you can't steal an image. You can steal the oh god, wow, I cannot think right now. Yeah, you cannot steal you can only steal the expression, be copyrighted for the expression of an idea, not the idea itself. There it is. That's what I'm trying to say.
There you go.
Okay. Well, that's good to know for future reference, I guess.
I love copyright.
We'll do something. But when you had asked which of the favorites, I have to say I'm Not You has been my favorite to listen to, because one thing I like about your music is, and you had mentioned you're not a hard rapper, but you rap about hard things in life that many people have to deal with. So it's always good to voice that. And some people don't like to speak up, but you're saying it out loud, and dude, you're killing it. You're giving also something for people to listen to and kind of know that they're not alone in it, and that they can make it out. So that's good.
Yeah.
That's what I appreciate the most out of your music.
Well, thank you, man. Yeah, I'm Not You is definitely probably my second favorite off the record, if I'm being honest. And like that one, I've been so busy trying to push it, has been very difficult at the moment. But especially once the record's out, and we get the video out and everything, I'm really excited to put a lot of time and effort into that one, because I really think of all the songs off Talk Too Much, that's the one with the most definitely the most potential for crossover and to bring people in, especially because it is so vulnerable, and a lot of people I think can really benefit from what it's talking about. Because I think part of growing up is making your own identity and finally getting out of other people's shadows. And I feel like it's so easy to just let other people make choices for you. And especially with the pandemic, with everybody moving home and living under the parents' roof again. I know for me that was very difficult, because it was oh my God, I was making my own way. And now I remember my room went from pristine or semi-pristine to just oh my God, I feel like I'm 17 again. There's clothes all over the bathroom and shit. It's I would never do this at my own apartment. What is going on? And it's because again, so easy to get back in those routine. Yeah. So although I do love my folks, just me being able to state hey, look, I'm not you, I'm my own person. It's there was a lot of power in that. And I really think that that's one of the stronger messages on the record. And it's my second favorite of the songs for that reason.
Yeah, I love your parents, man. They were such a delight to meet on the after show.
I'm so glad you got to do that. That was so cool.
Yeah, they're great people, man.
I'm very lucky.
It it definitely makes sense where you've come from, because you got a very loving family, and I was surprised to see that you have Hawaiian family. I did not know.
Yeah. So my mom actually was born and raised on Kauai, which is one of the smaller islands. And so, I hadn't actually been in 4 years before the summer. And so, last time I went, some of my cousins didn't have kids, and now they have 2 kids each. And it's what happened? How did it? What? I'm Uncle Matt now. I'm the fuck?
Awesome. Hey, man, growing families, it's definitely nice to have nowadays, especially because, man, the world's looking real grim.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just a bit. It's...
Wait, what do you mean? What's going on?
I always discount how... not discount, but just don't give enough credit for how much Hawaii has shaped me as a person. Because I used to spend all my summers there, for my whole life until I went away for college. And going back this year was a really good reminder of that. And that, hey, I really need to take a lot more time to put a focus on those people and that side of my culture and everything. So I am as happy as they come. I am not local whatsoever to save my life, but at the same time, it is a part of me and always will be.
Does that mean we're gonna get a dope ass MNERVA track with a ukulele and all that?
I was thinking that with the.
Man, I need the 21 Pilots comparisons to stop, not continue.
Oh, did they do? See, I don't know too much.
Yeah, he does do that.
Oh, it's his thing. He's got at least 1 or 2 songs each record that's like only ukulele like based, and I mean it's dope. Like he's
but it
kind of the
wouldn't,
guy
yours wouldn't be
started that.
just ukulele. You could just have the ukulele in there. I mean, Josh and I could dance in the little hula skirts for you if you wanted.
I would. Okay, this is taking shape. I'm writing this tomorrow.
There, see, there
Ski
you go.
mask and a hula hoop. Or not a hula hoop, the little hula dress, the grass skirts.
With a hula hoop now.
Coconut bras, and that would actually be really fucking weird. But
My family would fucking kill me. Let's do it.
You just talked about how you're supposed to represent it good, and then that's what we come up with.
yeah. Well, I mean, I can't think of anything better now. I'm just
The
so
first sentence is always the best one. It's also still not true, but we're going with it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm really excited. I'm amazed to hear that you got videos going for all of your tracks off this album. That's really cool. When
There will be one that doesn't, and it's not because I don't love it. I just was like, I think that this will. I'm not you will perfectly tie into the interview, and I'm like, I think Picture Perfect will be like that beautiful B-side that the OGs are like, yo, remember that one? Because it's like from 2017 is when I wrote it, and I'm definitely like it's cool actually. During shows I play it acoustic instead of with a band, and it feels so different, and it's I don't know, it's super cool to keep it in its original state, but also have this. Okay, cool. It's been rewritten a million times, been doctored up over the years, and so it's going to be cool to have all this representation of my creative journey in one cohesive project.
So, are you releasing the album and all the videos on day one, or are you spreading it out?
Very much spreading it out. Yes, the album will come out October 15th, and then from there, probably gonna be doing a video a month is what it's looking like. So after this phone call, I will be with my distributor to go deal with getting Quarter Life Crisis back out there, and yeah, because I love that video, and I really did not have the mental health at the time to push it as hard as I wanted to, and I feel like things are looking up a lot right now. I definitely September was a little rough, but October. I mean, my birthday's in a few days, and finally hitting my quarter life crisis, and I'm like, okay, cool. This is I feel ready. I feel like it's time to really put all my eggs in the basket and really push as hard as I can. So life's been looking up, and it's I always find my productivity and music tends to have an inverse relationship with my health, but for once they seem to be going up.
Nice. That's awesome, man.
That's good and very important because yeah, man, you're doing great. You're doing great things, and you're spreading great messages. So.
And happy early birthday.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Yeah. It'll be on Thursday.
Nice.
Be sure to body on Instagram. We'll send you a giant Mindless Morning Show happy birthday. Be great.
I was gonna say I gotta get my hands on some of that merch, man. I absolutely love the logo.
Right? Keep calm and watch the Mindless Morning Show. See that's what you need.
Yeah. Actually, I'm working on merch right now. I was
about to ask. I was like, when can I get some MNERVA merch?
Actually, it's in the car currently, but I do have some.
I told him last time. I was like, "Yeah, man, let me help you out," and he's like, "All right, yeah, never."
Never.
Yeah, no, I definitely. Right now, I got just one shirt, and I got another designer on some other stuff. It says Quarter Life Crisis, but in the straight out Compton logo.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So something simple. I needed something quick that I could get out at shows just for the beginning, and then I got a shirt right now. It's gonna say "It'll Get Better Than This," which is kind of the theme of the record, is how I call it. So the last song, the interview, it's how I end all my shows, and it's the whole song's about where do you see yourself in 5 years. I know you guys heard it at both the Tuned In show and also at the Mindless Morning Show that we did. Show. And basically, it asks the question will it get better than this for the whole song, and then it comes to the conclusion that it will. And I don't know. I just really want a shirt that will just say it gets better. It'll get better than this, MNERVA. And so gonna get that designed. And I'm gonna be honest, Josh. I completely forgot that you talked about merch. I will actually be hitting you up because I would love that.
Yeah, man. No, I'd be happy to.
Oh yeah, that definitely will happen. That skipped my mind.
Like as you said, it'll get better than this with MNERVA. I already pictured like the opaque logo in the back, the text, and then like maybe a picture of you or something with like the duct tape over it. So,
He's got ideas.
yeah. But no, that's really awesome, man. And so how you're going to be turning 26?
Yeah, 25.
Oh, so you are officially going to be hitting your quarter life crisis.
Quarter life for real.
Man, I wrote that song when I was like 20 and was like, oh my God, I'm hitting the quarter life. I'm like, fuck that. Now it's here.
Well, it's funny because I used to say I didn't much care to live past 50. So when I actually turned 25, I had said that was my midlife crisis. So, and by quarter life crisis, I didn't even like have one because I didn't think of it. I was still young then. But yeah, no, at 25, I was definitely like, yeah, this is it. Maybe I should get like that Lamborghini or a really nice sports car. And
but like, is that really? Because what's the average? Most people don't live to 100. So
I want to say it's like
if you average it out,
2 or something like that.
okay.
I'm pretty sure it's 65 to 70 would be like the average lifespan at this point.
I'm gonna look it up real quick.
We're about to get some scary facts here, I'm sure. I don't know. 25 is still my midlife crisis. I'm setting my goal for 50.
79.
79. Oh damn. Okay.
It's not terrible. Yeah, I mean, we could be doing better, but it's still not terrible, I guess.
Yeah.
So
It's given.
So technically, if we're going by average, my quarter life crisis was around 20.
So I was right to write this song.
But you're feeling it. It all makes sense.
You predicted the average lifespan of humankind. Wow, that's incredible.
Hey?
Add that to your resume.
Are you sure you're not Nostradamus?
Have you guys ever seen the musical Something Rotten?
I can't even say I've heard of that song.
It's a guy who I went to. I didn't go to school with him, but he graduated from Belmont. He has gone on to write this musical, and it was up the same year that Hamilton was for like all the Tonys. So Hamilton, of course, swept in this thing, got put under the rug, but it's incredible. But it takes place in like the Renaissance, and there's a soothsayer who is a descendant of Nostradamus, if I remember right. And so eventually he tells the main character, he's like, you should write a musical, because they only wrote like straight plays because he's like trying to compete with like Shakespeare, right? And there's this one song where he proceeds to like quote or like steal melodies from like every popular musical of like the 1960s on. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, 1940s on, and it's one of the best works of songwriting in musical theater I've ever heard. It's like an 8-minute epic, and it's wonderful. So every time I hear Nostradamus, I'm just like, it's a musical, and it's great.
I'll take a look at it. I feel like I've heard of it. Like, it definitely sounds familiar for Something Rotten, but yeah, I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah, I'm still very. I will always see myself as like a novice in my theater journey, just because I didn't grow up with it and I came to it later in life. But yeah, I definitely. I love musical theater. I can't lie, and it finds small ways to seep into my music.
I mean, if the South Park guys can jump in there and win a Tony, I feel like you could do it, right?
Okay, Book of Mormon's a masterpiece, though.
I've heard. I want to see that one so bad.
So, do you have any future plans at the moment to incorporate theater with your music or any kind of live performances?
I definitely have. So I was writing that musical last time we talked too, and it's getting closer and closer to being done every day. I got a script writer on it now, and so we're almost done with the first act, and then the second act is going to take a little longer to flesh out because I have a bunch of music written for it, but the plot's going to change a lot, so we're going to make it work. But they've always kind of been more separate things. Like, here's my theater lane, here's my MNERVA lane, and TikTok has surprisingly been my way to like kind of fuse them together. Cause like, I've been doing I do like a song for my musical Till I Blow Up, like little series. I've actually done over like 120 days of it at this point. And I've been bad about it recently because I had this one mashup series start to blow up on TikTok. So that's kind of been my focus at this point, which has been great and honestly super fun for me. But I think with MNERVA, it will seep in like on this record, for example, like there's an overture. Like that is, I could only do that because I wrote a musical like with 21 Pilots way back in the day. And on the next EP after Talk Too Much, that will remain nameless for the moment. There will be a finale on that one. So instead of an overture, it was the opposite.
Okay.
And so yeah, that's gonna be a fun one. And I'm definitely finding more ways to incorporate strings. I had this one song that samples a song from Rents that once I am able to clear that sample legally, I would love to release. I just gotta get to that point. But yeah, so it'll find more ways into MNERVA. It's just a matter of finding the right sound and the right approach.
If I remember correctly, I remember last time we had talked about you. You basically had an idea for almost like a TV series or like a short series. Is that still out of your videos? Or I feel like that's what we discussed. I don't remember for sure.
Oh yes, with the music videos. So I'm gonna have it so that they're all like interconnected. So okay. It's like if you watch from Quarter Life Crisis to the interview, it's like there will be a cohesive narrative essentially. So yeah, that also is my theater side taking into things. I don't know. For me, it's like when it comes to music or just art in general, I love when it's like, hey, cool, this is a 2.5 minute song. This is packaged to be consumable. You can listen to it and forget about it, yada, yada, yada. But if you want to look into it more, like there are like Easter eggs or like Breaking Benjamin album covers. I love how like the logo is always in it in some way, shape, or form in every way. Like I do that with all my album covers with like my logo, for example. And it's just small things like that. I love like with 21 Pilots, for example, they on their fourth record, Trench, they actually created this whole fictional world called Dima. And like, hey, you can just listen to the album and be like, hey, this is a bop. Or you can be like, okay, cool. Well, the red carnation is the symbol of the resistance and called the Banditos. And it's like, cool. If you want, you can explore that. And it's a hole. And it's a really fun hole. And so I'm like, okay, I really love being inspired by those kind of like, you know, giving music depth. Like I love the album format. I always will. And so I will never just be like, here's a collection of songs for the sake of a collection of songs.
Mm. Yeah, and I think with your music and the stories that you have behind them, I definitely feel like not necessarily a TV series or even just music videos, but something a little more extensive, like in between, where like there is some short story. I guess kind of like those really long Michael Jackson music videos.
Oh yeah,
it could be
the R. Kelly trapped in a closet, like 10 part music video.
Yeah. I definitely think something like that could definitely pay off for you at some point, or at least add a lot more depth to what you do and your messages that you have to portray. So that'd be cool.
Yeah, and I'm excited to keep exploring. Like I know like right now, one thing I've been doing is like for all of Talk Too Much, I've been wearing like this this black suit with like a red tie. You know what I mean? And I'm really excited to like, you know, play my EP release show like in that, and then like take it off to be like, okay, cool. Now I'm not like trapped by like what like the world wants me to be, like stuff like that. And like I'm not a fashion guy whatsoever. I fucking hate that shit. But it's like, but that's another form of expression. That's another form of art. I like being able to like start exploring that stuff is really exciting to me. And I think like the best bands, like they're not like music is the bare minimum. It's everything else that they do around the music that like, you know, gets people invested.
Yeah.
So it's got to be like a tearaway suit for the performance where you just like quickly rip it off and just like. That'd be so funny.
Sex sells, man. Sex sells.
Yeah, I mean, people are going to be like beating each other up, and there's going to be a mosh pit in the front to take like half the terabyte.
It has to be.
Dude, we've brought it up before. Steve Aoki throws cakes. You could throw out your jumpsuit thing every time, and people try to get it.
People are crazy too. Like when they're super into something, man, they'll take fucking anything.
Oh, dude, every time.
I have literally seen people take a sweat rag. Like there was one band I was listening to. The dude like just like wiped his like sweat and then threw it out there, and people going nuts. And I was like, I would be fucking utterly disgusted if that touched me.
No, people get weird, man.
Yeah, I get
online for thousands of dollars.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of people getting weird, have you had anybody get weird at the live shows that you've been doing since the pandemic?
You know, Nashville's a really interesting place to play shows because everybody is a musician for the most part. And so because of that, like this is the same thing in LA. It's the same thing in New York too. Usually at shows, you got a lot of people doing this in the background, like, you know, arms crossed, like kind of like analyzing what you're doing because they're like, I could do that. Oh, I can't do that. Like kind of thing. And so I've had a couple shows where people have been letting loose and like having a good time. I had this one where I really it was at the like biggest fucking dive bar I've ever been to in my life. I mean, it was truly just like they only serve beer there, if that tells you anything.
That's all I need to know.
Exactly. And it was an amazing show because like I just had like only the homies out, like and like for everybody, and like, you know, it was like all these different friend groups are like, you know, getting together, and it was just like, all right, cool. We're just gonna like, I did a cover of a Brick in the Habit and did a mashup of it with my song Bad Guy. And when that came on, like everybody was just like, what? And just, oh yeah, that was a blast to watch. Cause I'm just like, okay, cool. I'm gonna play that at other shows. This works.
Test it out on your friends. That's awesome.
Yeah. And, that was like, no one was worried about like looking cool or networking. And that was just like, people could actually relax.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to play shows in music towns because a lot of the time people aren't enjoying the music, they're analyzing it.
Yeah, I never really thought about that. That's something I ever think about because I go and just enjoy the music. I'm not a musician.
Right. Pretty lame that people
we
go
love
there and do
that.
Yeah. See?
I was about to say, we absolutely love that.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever. I mean, I've certainly never noticed. There was only one concert I went to that like I honestly wanted to go in the mosh pit, but my wife was pregnant, so I had to like go sit upstairs with her. And
you're not telling me you tried bringing your wife into a mosh pit, are you?
No.
When she was pregnant.
No, she stayed there and sat down. I stayed like within like 10 feet of her because I was hanging over the railing, basically just rocking out. It was a Seether concert, so like it was the first time. Yeah, first time I got to see them, and dude, I was fucking ecstatic because like
What year?
What's that?
What year?
Oh, this had to have been about 2.5 years ago because like I know my wife was about ready to pop. And that's when they had released their recent album, and it was so good. I forgot who opened for them. It was somebody one of them was nobody I knew, and I think the other one was Trivium. Trivium did really good.
Yeah.
But oh my god, dude, I was just there for Seether. Like I've loved Seether forever, so it was great. Yeah. But enough about Seether. More MNERVA.
Well, back in the day, and like, oh, dude, like, I mean, that man's screams live are ridiculous.
It was great. Yeah, we left early because some lady was going crazy, like just like belligerently drunk and like just waving around, trying to pick fights with everyone. And I was like, all right, I don't want my wife in this environment. So like we just like, all right, let's go. Like Seether probably had like 2 or 3 songs left in their set list and they were gonna stop anyway. So I was like, might as well beat the crowd too. So worked out.
Yeah, but you missed Remedy.
No, I definitely heard Remedy. They didn't play it at the end.
They don't end with that anymore.
No, they didn't play it at the end. I was so happy too because I thought I was gonna miss it because typically, they do wait to like either play it last or like they'll leave and then come back and play it. And nope, they played it right away, and I was like, oh shit. Not right away. It was like maybe third in the set list or so, but it was great. Great time. But yeah, man, I can't wait to have that same hype at a MNERVA concert, man. You got to come down you got to come to Orlando. You got to come to Kansas.
If I was there with y'all in the crowd, I would be. I mean, I go ham anyway. If I'm being honest, like I actually had at my last show. It was on a Friday. A bunch of people just came up to me like, "Who the fuck are you? Like, what are you doing here?" And I was just like, "Okay, that's the best compliment you can get from a stranger, actually. All right, let's go." And I don't know. I always was told play in front of 10 people the same way you would 10,000. And so I really believe that like if you give your all energy wise, like I got this one song. It's not out yet. It's called Sorry, and I went way too hard during the second verse, and I'm over here like for the rest of the song, I am dying right now. But I'm like, then people come up there, dude, that was so cool. And I'm like, okay, good.
It worked.
Worked.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, man. Let us know ahead of time. I'll get like my floaties and everything ready because like I'll dive off like the roofs, the second stories, whatever.
I'll gather as many people as I can, sell it out, have a blast.
I'm about to say you guys are literally like will always be the day one hosts. I really appreciate that.
Oh yeah,
I'm happy to. I mean,
score.
The music. It's not just your music though. It's you and your personality as well. You as a person that it makes it all well worth it. Like being like, hey, check this guy out. Like you're gonna love him. I don't think there's anybody I shared it to that didn't like it. Everyone's like, wow, that was really fucking good. Like everybody, whether they like rap, rock, whatever they're into it. So
I have a couple buddies back in Colorado that I tried to get to the concert, but they couldn't make it. But they started listening to your music. Like Asha, she has some of your music on her playlist too. She came out and was visiting, and your songs came on. She started singing, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And she's like, "Yeah, I listened to them." I was like, "Let's go."
It comes on his playlist all the time.
It's really easy to be like, no one cares and no one listens, and it's really easy to get into that. And I started doing this one technique whenever I feel that way. I got this one fan. His name is Zach, and he lives in like the Pennsylvania area, and he discovered me through the Blurry Face musical and everything. And he stuck around. He like comments on every Instagram post, every TikTok, and like he's like. I think he's like 17 or something like that, and just the nicest kid in the world. Like we talk back and forth every once in a while, and just I remember I had a freak out moment with like my roommate a long time ago, and he was like, "Well, why are you doing this?" And I was like, "I don't know anymore, man." He's just like, "Well, I can tell you why. Do it for Zach Peters." And I was like, "Do it for Zach Peters." There it is. So I'm gonna add "Do it for Josh" and "Do it for Dakota" on top of that.
Yes. Joining the rank of Zach Peters. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I mean, seriously, like, and I've literally told him this because it's like, I mean, it's so easy to want to quit. And it's like, no, like people like you who like speak up and like, do like, that's why we all keep doing this. And like, without that, like we'd all be like, what's the fucking point anymore? And so like, seriously, like you guys saying that means the absolute world to me. And I do not take that for granted.
Okay, well, I mean, we're not just saying it. We definitely mean it. I know I mean it because
I know you do.
Josh is tired of hearing you on my playlist every single time.
I don't think it's on a playlist. I think it's just.
And now I got the two
like
more that I just added. They're gonna keep adding. You're gonna keep hearing more. I was gonna say it's between you and Kulik now. I was say I got a lot of the Kulik ones on there now too. So.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So between you and him, man, my playlist is getting full.
We've talked to quite a few artists now that like. Each time we do, I start to think, I'm like, man, I'd love to see them do a duo with.
Oh yeah, I said that. It was one of the first things after we interviewed him. I was like, bro, him and MNERVA together would be sick.
Who's the guy?
His name's Kulik.
Yeah.
Kulik? What's that music do?
It's I guess
alternative rock. I say more of would probably be it.
It's spelled Kulik. And but also as far as female vocals go, another
Yeah.
artist, and his girlfriend is April Rose Gabrielli. And between April and your guys, the way you guys can scream,
Oh,
I was
man.
thinking like, holy shit, that would be a match made in heaven on stage.
It's CK. It's CK at the end, not just K. K-U-L-I-C-K.
K-U-L-I-C-K. Yeah, you know, DM me them afterwards. I'm very curious.
Will do. Yeah. No, I think there's a beauty in arts with singing and stuff, and more so, especially with you, because you have such a wide vocal range. Like, you can go deep, you can go high, and like when you scream, dude, like, makes my nipples hard. I can cut glass. Like,
it gets dangerous for everybody.
It's so good. Like, it's that you just have that power in your voice, and so anytime I like hear these other artists that are like really good too, and I'm like, man, they got to get with MNERVA's scream though. That's where it's at. I think that'd be a really good way too for you to gain exposure as well.
Oh yeah.
You know, I got my buddy Cypress featured on The Interview, the last song on the project, and I'm so excited to have that, like, you know, have like my fans listen to her and her fans listen to mine, because like, again, like that's the way you like bring people into the fold.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I'm very much looking for like guest verses and collaborations and other stuff like following this project, because I'm hoping to not actually release the next EP for a while, and like try to let Talk Too Much have its own legs to stand on for a while. And so like, yeah, I don't know. I really want to be like, before I put out my next single that I know is coming after Talk Too Much, I really want to feel like, cool. All right, we got a solid fan base. Now let's do the next phase. Cause like I'm excited for what comes next after this, cause it's a lot more rock. It's like, I'm still rapping a little bit, but like a lot more rock. And I'm really hyped for it.
I was gonna say I think that's what I like the most about your music, is that like I don't need to listen to a bunch of different artists, because your music, every song is different. Like, it's the same in the sense that it has like your tone and your flow and everything, but like every song sounds different. Like, one song could be more rap, one song has that more rock element, one song has that slow part. So it's like every single song that you've released has been different and still like the same in the same sense. But I don't know, it's cool to be able to just listen to those songs and hear that difference in each one, instead of having to like switch it up and jump between artists to get a little bit of that different feeling.
And that will keep going. Oh, that will very much keep going.
Nope. That's good. I mean, that's good. I like that kind of stuff, man. I think it's like growing more and more these days too. So
yeah, I can tell you on the next project, there's some pop punk, there's some stadium rock, there's a ballad, and then there's a like Coldplay style ballad, and then there's like a rap shoegaze kind
get some opera in there too.
Yeah, you know, man, it's all over the place. But
He's got everything.
I believe it connects well, and like when listen front to back. So I'm about to get it all mixed really soon, and it's fun. And then I'm writing the one after that. So I can't be stopped. So I just have a problem. Let's go.
Yeah, keep it going.
Featuring Suzanne Boyle.
There you go.
Okay, that'd be kind of lit, actually. Though I would be very here for that.
Dude, I was gonna say, that'd be dope.
You said stadium rock. I actually haven't a single clue. What is stadium rock?
I call stadium rock like kind of like the Seethers of the world, like the Breaking Benjamins, like the Foo Fighters, like stuff. It's like 90 to like 100 BPM. And it's like okay, cool. Like you'd hear this as like an anthem in like a stadium kind of situation. It's like, because then you got like your underground bands, then you got like, it's like no, this is like pop song formula. It's just heavy.
Okay.
I can't even think. I don't think I've ever heard stadium rock before, so I was very curious. I was like, what the hell does that mean?
Oh, you're good. I mean, it's kind of a derogatory term for that type of music, if I'm being honest. But like, I'm very excited for that song in particular, because like everyone I show it to is like, dude, this is like the best thing I've heard from you ever. I'm like, yeah, man, I got the pop writers on it, and we made something that I think it has a lot of crossover potential. So very excited.
What sports team?
I'm playing it at every show right now, and everyone's like, the fuck, that's so good. I'm like, I cannot wait for that one day.
What sports team are you gonna allow to come out to your song?
Oof. Oh God. I love the Capitals. Like Washington Capitals, talking hockey over there.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's definitely what I grew up with. I see your faces like, oh God, I want to kill him.
He's hockey, so he's got some grudge over there. I'm not a big hockey person, so I'm like, okay, cool. Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm an Avalanche guy.
There it is. That makes sense.
Weird. I'm still every time he says that, it just confuses me. I don't understand why you're an Avalanche fan. It makes no sense.
They were the first team I watched hockey on, and I fell in love with the sport.
He's a Florida guy in Florida, never left Florida, and he's like, Avs.
Florida has 3 teams, dude. Okay, we
couldn't pick one.
They're fun to watch. Like, I like the sport, but I got into it watching Colorado Avalanche. Okay.
All right. Okay.
It's sentimental.
I mean, at least Colorado's got good stuff to offer. I understand. Like, honestly, like, if I had to pick a state that like I would live in if I didn't do music, it would probably be Colorado. I love Colorado.
Yeah, Colorado's got a pretty good music scene though too.
No, don't talk good about them now that like he just said something good about them, right?
I can talk shit about the Avalanche and then still talk good about Colorado. I lived in Colorado, and I still didn't like the Avs.
Yeah, I know that's what confuses me.
Because I'm from California. That's where I lived originally and grew up. So, LA Clippers basketball.
There it is.
Yeah.
See, I grew up on the Washington Redskins, back in the day before they were the nameless team that they are now.
The Washington football team.
Everyone's like, who's that?
But yeah, no, they were so bad, and it was so hard to watch football. But my dad did it every Sunday for my entire childhood, and we
I feel that.
I got my hopes up every time and just plummeted every time. So no, the Washington football team could not have my songs to walk out to.
Yeah,
I say that if they offered me money, I would take it in a heartbeat. My God.
I was gonna say like the Washington owners right outside with money. He's like, oh.
Dan Snyder would. Don't get me started on that.
I can't imagine that. That's got to be like a sweet fucking deal of money.
Oh yeah, no. Just sync placements in general. Like if you get like Netflix or Hulu or anybody to pick up your because they're always looking. Music supervisors are always looking for new music for television because if you say you want like Yesterday by the Beatles, it costs how many millions of dollars? Or you can get a song that sounds and feels like Yesterday for like a couple thousand.
Okay. Well, we're going to get you a couple tens or maybe hundreds of thousands. I'm going to find, what is it? Music producers? Or what did you say?
Music supervisors.
Music supervisors.
I'm going to write this down. Hold on.
Yeah, I got to get so much better about applying for sync stuff. It's a weird balance for someone like me who does like hip hop stuff because like they want your songs to be as vague as possible so that they can fit into like whatever scene they need them to. And I find one thing, it is not vague.
Nah, man. I think there's a lot of shows. I mean, my wife puts on a bunch of these damn shows that are all drama or like somebody struggling, things like that, and like making it out, of course, because nobody wants to watch a show with like a really shitty ending, like, oh, they died, they didn't get to do what they wanted to do. There's always
anime.
I was gonna say I'm thinking anime. That's what I was gonna say. I'm thinking anime, especially dude, like the stories of anime. It could fit around like what your songs. Yeah, anime.
Okay, well, I'm gonna talk to some anime music supervisors. We're gonna try and get some of them on our show and be like, have you ever heard of MNERVA? Really good.
Real good. Yeah. Man.
About to say that's why you guys are the day one homies.
There you go. I mean,
here it is.
We're trying to be. We're gonna do what we can, and we'll definitely be your number one fangirls at the front of the stage when you're in our hometown. So
yeah. I will. I'll still wear the hula skirt too.
Yeah, give me like a little pass or something so that like security won't throw me out, and then I just go buck wild. Like that guy's okay. Just let him do whatever.
If you think you guys would have to pay for a ticket, you very much would not. I'd be like, hey, bring a crowd. You got it's all you. We hang it.
Okay.
Hey.
All right. We'll bring bottles.
After
Bottle.
party and everything.
Oh God! You know that's another good thing about this year. I can now say I'm 11 months sober, actually, as of today.
Wait, you're what?
Nice. Congrats,
I can now say
man.
I'm 11 months sober as of today.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. We'll bring bottles.
He says sorry. I say congratulations.
The duality of man.
I drink all the time, so I'm sorry.
I mean, I drink, but not all the time. But I'm good either way.
Yeah,
But that was the problem. I drank all the time.
Yeah.
So when you say sober, is that just alcohol sober or like everything?
I've actually never done drugs in my life. Like to this day,
okay.
never smoked weed or anything. Like not because like I have any problem with it. I just I was like, this costs a lot of money.
Okay.
It does cost a lot of money.
And I was just like, and at this point, it's like I'm almost 25 and never have. So I'm like, hey, and no alcohol. I was definitely an alcoholic there for kind of a good 5 years there, and it feels good not to be anymore. Not gonna lie. So
Good. Well, I'm happy for you, man. That's
Thank
awesome.
Yeah,
But,
I'm happy for anybody who manages to escape it. I still like drowning in it. I'm not gonna lie, but I won't bring bottles. I will bring briefcases of drugs. So much drugs.
I want to be so coked out of my mind that like I want to play another show.
Well, no, we're not gonna do. Well, I mean, if that's what you want to try, sure. But
if that's the one you want to try, I guess.
I know people I can get it, but I myself refuse to partake in any of like pills or white powdery substances.
I thought we were just gonna get like really high.
Yeah, I was talking like briefcases of like buds, edibles, joints, but I mean, you went straight for the hard shit.
Yeah.
No, man, we shooting heroin. That's what we doing. There's this running joke in my friend group that I have so much energy as it is that if I took heroin, like the world would finally stop, because it's like I would be powering the entire fucking planet. And so
We would become the hive mind.
No coke for me.
Okay, good.
I had a buddy in high school that said that about energy drinks because he had never had an energy drink before, and he was he was already super energetic and everything. Yep. And we were staying up really late, and he was like, "All right, I'll have one." No, dude, it was insane. He turned into a crack superhero. It was bouncing off of walls, super strength with shit, break. Dude, kid was insane. It was no more energy drinks for this kid ever.
Oh, I remember I used to do all night recording sessions with buddies back in college, because you would get access to the studio at 10:30 p.m. or something like that, and then you would have all night to do whatever you wanted. So I used to do entire EPs with country artists, for example, in a night. And so yeah, I mean, you had class at 8 a.m. but you had from 10:30 until then. Monster was my best friend for a while there. And I mean, I'm over here just yo, Matt, you're rushing a little bit. I know, it's the fucking monster.
Dude, I don't know. For me, energy drinks, they used to do it for me, but I think while I was working at Disney, I would have 1 to 2 a day, and it just nullified out. So Adderall, that's the one thing that's I could definitely take. And
I never did Adderall or anything like that. I never needed it.
Dude,
I was just energy drink or caffeine.
I think I'm pretty productive without it, but with it, oh my God. Dude, I got into day trading. I was staying up till 4 a.m. trading with the Chinese and shit. Dude, I did so much stupid, crazy shit. I was just so productive. There was nothing I couldn't do anymore. I was like, wow, this is amazing.
Does that count as being productive? Just doing random shit? I don't know if that counts as being productive.
Man, day trading
made money, bro.
I mean, that's productivity.
Yeah,
I mean, but it was productivity if you were doing good.
Yeah, no, I was doing great, dude. Unfortunately, though, I fucked up one thing, and so
all that productivity went down the drain that you.
Well, I mean, I still made a lot of money. I still made some money with the fuck up, but I bought this Monero when it was 16 cents a share, and I bought a lot of it, and I held on to it for a little bit, but not long enough, because Dude, it like shot up to like $256 a share, and I would have never had to work again. But
Oh my God.
totally sold early and fucked up because, dude, I was like I wasn't just day trading, dude. I was investigating every single fucking startup, every company that was coming up. Like I was just on it, like, and I was doing good, and I had a good hunch about Monero, and I just didn't hold on long enough. I fucked up. So yeah, if anybody wants to hire me and give me Adderall to do day trades, I got you.
But you just fucked it up in the end.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's true.
Well, what kind of interview did I just take part in? Sir, I don't know if I want to hire you.
I got one for you too on that one. I got Doge at 2 cents. I sold it at 6. I had like $500 in it, and now I'm like, oh god damn.
Doge. I can, dude. I would have never guessed Doge to blow up. I can't believe a fucking meme.
I mean, I invested in it completely on my belief in the internet, and I was right. I saw it like go up to like 8 cents, then back down to like 6, and I was like, okay, let's see how this. And then it just plateaued for a while. I was like, okay, this is done. I'm still tripling my money. It's fine.
Mm.
Had I held on to that when it went to 70, I was like, oh my God, my whole entire record could have been paid for and so much more.
Yeah. Fuck you, Doge.
I was so mad. I mean, but that's the thing. You got to sell and you can't look back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tricky system, man. And I don't know. With Doge, I never wanted to take the plunge because I just wasn't sure. I was like, it's a fucking meme. It's a coin based off a meme. Fuck this. Like,
and it is. And it's
not
still
just
a meme.
any
Like, it's
meme.
not going anywhere, but it's like, I mean, I don't know. I reinvested all of it into like Ethereum and then made a good buck. But like, it was just like,
Ethereum's good. Dude.
Yeah. I'm now trying to like wait for the right dips to like get back into it because like I had to sell it all for a music video. But
I can say the next best thing will be Thoughtcoin.
Thoughtcoin, I will look that up because I trust you.
It's on,
You're one fuck up with day trade.
it's on Metro Wallet, but it's
what kind of thought?
It's a AI driven type thing. So I'm part of the Howard Bloom Institute, and the creator of Thoughtcoin is also part of the team, and like we get to talking about it a little bit here and there. And yeah, I that once it like really takes off and people start realizing what that is, I solely believe that's going to be a big one.
So it's like 4 cents right now.
Yeah.
I mean, hey.
Mm.
Hey.
I got your next 3 albums paid for in advance right here.
I'm just saying, I will not hate that. I don't know. I really want to get more into all that stuff, but it's just like, it's kind of like with what capital? Like I have the capital. I'm just like, oh God, do I put all of this into fucking cryptocurrency and then pray to God, or do I put it in investing in music? It's like, it's a constant battle.
The best thing to do is watch what the politicians do. Mainly Nancy Pelosi. Watch what she does, what she invests in. Invest in that.
Actually, that's fair. That's very fair.
It has proven to many traders very fruitful because somehow she's a psychic.
What does she know that everybody else doesn't?
Yeah, I don't know, man. You tell. She's got to tell us.
What is she doing?
Yeah, but oh shit. Yeah, dude. I gotta say, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you back on because I mean we had such a great time talking to you the first time, and now it's even better because one of your newly created fans from the live show you did with us is now the co-host, and he it was funny because I didn't see the email come through from your publicist, and he did, and he's like, dude, MNERVA's coming back, let's go.
I messaged him. I was like, bro, did you see the email? It's like, yes.
So I was like, oh shit, all right, sweet. And I was
from an interview perspective, this is kind of like home base for me, and so it's like, all right, cool. Like I guarantee you, I'll always be like, we'll go back.
Yo.
More than happy to have you come back
anytime.
anytime now. I mean, for sure. Because we finally hit our 100 episodes. Because I told myself, I was like, all right, after we hit 100 episodes, I want to get the first guest we ever had back on.
Yep.
And then after that, I will forever and always do any repeats. I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to make sure I got a good few under the belt, and we got it now. So
Congrats. That's amazing. Congrats, man.
yeah, it was great. It was really nice because we hit quite a few milestones all together. We hit the year, and then we hit 100 episodes. So it's been a journey. I mean, I can't say
Well, it's been a journey for you. It's been like a smaller journey for me. You've been on a longer one.
Yeah.
I mean, I was doing a podcast before too, so I guess it's like,
yeah. No, we're in it together, young man.
Whatever. Yeah.
It's a great team.
Thanks. We've got that a couple of times from people.
I was gonna say, yeah, Josh, how many hosts have you had since the beginning?
Dude, like 8.
No. People find it very hard to work with me. No, I had started with Nick, and then I had Jen when we had you, and then not when we had you, like child.
Well,
but yeah,
just made this weird.
Yep, sorry. Then
Wait,
I
so
got
are we brothers?
Dakota. Brothers from another mother. Oh yeah.
There it is.
Hey.
Yeah, so just the 3 co-hosts and me.
Gotcha.
Keeping it alive as much as possible. Thankfully, Dakota stepped in and helped get the ratings back up.
Going strong. Yeah. Bill, it's this bearded face that everybody likes to look at.
It just feels safe.
It is. It makes it. It's not because I'm pretty. It's because I'm safe.
I disagree. You're gorgeous, man. Gorgeous.
Oh shit! All right. Well, with that said, Matt, is there anything you would like to say? I mean, definitely plug in the album for the 15th and anything else. I mean, as always, we're gonna put your links down below again, and everyone will be able to follow you. And if there's a pre-save link, because this will come out.
I can totally send that to you. I got you.
Yeah, because this will come out before the 15th. So definitely send me that pre-save, and we'll get that posted in there as well.
Dope.
Totally. Well, guys, my debut EP, Talk Too Much, is coming out October 15th at midnight Eastern time, which is super crazy. About to say, keep an eye out for me on all the socials. It's going to be MNERVA_official, but there's going to be no I in MNERVA, so MNERVA. My Instagram and TikTok handle, that's going to be what they are. If you guys follow me on Instagram, that's where you'll get show details and all the other good stereotypical like website style stuff. And if you follow me on TikTok, that's where you guys can find all my my mashups that I've been making, as well as like songs from my musical theater stuff, as well as me promoting all the good stuff from Talk Too Much. But I'm about to say definitely hit that follow so you can get all the news on the new music videos that are coming out for all the project too. And yeah, the rest of 2021 is going to be filled with a lot of new MNERVA stuff, and I can't wait for next year.
Awesome.
I'm excited.
So excited. I'm stoked for it.
Well,
Yeah, seriously, guys, thank you guys so much for having me again, because you guys are like, again, do it for Zach Peters, do it for Josh, do it for Dakota. It's gonna be
Yes.
for sure. Yeah, we
That's
can,
gonna be. You should get that as a shirt.
I've literally been like, I just gotta have a little bit of like fuck you money. Once I get the fuck you money, oh, just wait.
I want to be a part of the fuck you money.
Oh, what does that imagine?
Well, everyone, keep calm and stay mindless. Watch the Mindless Morning Show.
Stay mindless, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the Mindless Morning Show. We appreciate you picking us out of the many great podcasts out there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell to get notified whenever we release a new episode or bonus content. Now go enjoy the rest of your mindless day.